Welcome, dear listener, to a peaceful journey back through time, a time of quiet sands and slow-moving shadows beneath the ever-watchful sun. Tonight, as you settle into your soft bed, allow your mind to drift gently into a world far away, yet quietly familiar. A world where the steady heartbeat of the Nile pulses through the lives of those who shaped the earth with patience and care, building wonders meant to last forever. Close your eyes just for a moment and imagine the golden hues of the early morning sun stretching over the wide Egyptian desert. The air is cool, carrying the faint scent of dry earth and the soft rustling of palm leaves. Somewhere nearby, the gentle flow of the Nile hums a lullaby of life and renewal. This is the place and time where ancient hands began crafting what we now call the pyramids, the great resting places of kings and timeless symbols of human spirit and ingenuity. Tonight, I will tell you the tale not of kings and conquests, but of the everyday people, the workers, the builders, the dreamers, who lived their lives beneath the watchful gaze of these towering monuments. We will walk slowly through dusty streets, past simple homes where the scent of fresh bread lingers, and by the riverbanks where laughter and song weave softly into the dawn. Let your breath slow. Feel the calm wrap around you like a warm, familiar blanket. With every word, sink deeper into this quiet story as we begin to explore the slow and steady dance of building the pyramids, a marvel not only of stone, but of patience, skill, and shared purpose. Long before the first great stone was set in place, the land itself told stories. The Nile, winding like a silver ribbon through the desert, was the heartbeat of Egypt. Each year, its waters would rise gently, spilling over its banks and leaving behind rich black soil. This soil was soft, fertile, and full of promise, a gift to the farmers who fed the growing cities and to the builders who would one day shape the stones of eternity. The land was wide and flat, stretching beyond the horizon in every direction, dotted with small villages where families lived close to the earth. In these villages, life moved with the rhythm of nature, the rising and setting of the sun, the cycles of the moon, the gentle swell and fall of the river. Children played by the water's edge, their laughter light and free, while elders sat in the shade of date palms, telling stories of gods and kings, of the afterlife and the stars. It was here, in this tender world, that the dream of the pyramids was born, not as a single moment, but as a long, slow unfolding. The idea to build a tomb that reached toward the heavens, a lasting monument to a king's journey into eternity, took root quietly in the minds of architects and priests. Yet, the true marvel was not just the vision itself, but the hands and hearts of thousands who brought it to life. Let us now wander gently to the workers' village near the pyramid site. Picture simple mud brick homes with flat roofs, their walls warm and sun-baked. Narrow paths wind between the houses, their edges lined with pots of herbs and small gardens where women tend tender shoots of lettuce and onions. Inside one home, a family is preparing the day's meal. The aroma of freshly baked bread mingles with the earthy scent of onions and garlic. Outside, men gather quietly, their skin kissed bronze by the sun. They speak softly to one another in the ancient language of their ancestors, voices blending with the hum of the Nile. These were not slaves, but skilled craftsmen and laborers, stonecutters, haulers, architects, and cooks, each with a role as vital as the next. They lived and worked together, sharing meals and stories under the vast desert sky. When the sun dipped low, they would rest beside their fires, singing songs passed down through generations, songs that spoke of the gods, the river, and the land. Their daily rhythm was slow and steady. Dawn would find them at the quarries, where massive limestone blocks waited patiently to be shaped. Their tools were simple but effective: copper chisels, wooden sleds, and ropes made from flax. Every stone was carefully measured, cut, and polished, a quiet dance of skill and patience. Now, imagine the workers gathering by the stone blocks. The desert air is warm but not harsh, carrying the faint sound of water from the nearby river. They do not rush. Instead, they move with deliberate care, guiding the huge stones onto wooden sleds. A group pulls steadily with woven ropes, their feet pressing firmly into the sand, their bodies swaying in gentle unison. Sometimes, a thin mist of water is poured on the sand in front of the sleds, making it easier to slide the stones forward, an ancient trick passed quietly from master to apprentice. The workers' muscles ripple beneath sun-warmed skin, but there is no haste, only the steady rhythm of shared effort. Along the paths to the pyramid site, the dust rises softly, catching the light like golden powder. Camels and donkeys move slowly alongside, carrying smaller loads, their hooves tapping a gentle beat. The workers pause often to rest and drink cool water from clay jars, their breaths mingling with the soft sounds of birds and distant laughter. Not far from the bustle of the workers, priests and overseers stand quietly, their robes whispering against the stone walls. They are the calm guardians of the sacred work, ensuring that every stone is placed with reverence and care. The priests chant softly, their voices low and steady, calling upon the gods to bless the workers and the pyramid. Their prayers are like a gentle breeze, carrying calm and peace through the dusty air. The overseers, wise and patient, move slowly among the workers, offering guidance with kind words and quiet nods. The stones lie in patient silence, waiting to be placed. The workers rest beneath wide palms, their tired bodies softened by the cool night air. And above all, the pyramids stand tall in the distance, a quiet promise of eternity whispered softly into the desert breeze. The workers rise slowly, stretching beneath light linen blankets woven with simple patterns. They gather quietly around small clay ovens, where fresh bread bakes with a comforting warmth. The aroma drifts lazily through the narrow streets, mixing with the scent of roasted lentils and onions simmering in shallow pots. Women tend their gardens, fingers gently brushing over tender green shoots as they gather herbs for the day's meals. Children chase each other between houses, their laughter soft and bright like a trickling stream. Elders sit nearby on low benches, telling stories or humming gentle songs about the river and the sky. The rhythm of life here is slow, unhurried, each task performed with care and a quiet sense of purpose. There is a sacredness in the simplicity of these moments, the breaking of bread, the sharing of water, the soft exchange of smiles. As the sun climbs higher, the workers gather their tools, copper chisels that catch the light with a faint gleam, wooden mallets worn smooth from years of use, and ropes braided thick from flax fibers. Each tool has its place, cared for as carefully as the stones they shape. Before leaving, many pause for a small blessing. A priest, draped in white linen, moves softly among them, offering gentle prayers to the gods. His voice is barely more than a whisper, calling for strength, safety, and patience. The workers touch small amulets around their necks, symbols of protection and hope, reminding them that their work is part of a larger, eternal design. Together, the group walks toward the limestone quarry, a slow procession through the warm morning light. Dust rises softly beneath their feet, settling again like a quiet blanket over the earth. The landscape here is a harmony of soft yellows and browns, punctuated by the deep green of date palms and the shimmering silver of the river nearby. Along the way, animals, camels, donkeys, and the occasional sturdy ox trudge steadily, their breaths slow and rhythmic. Their presence is comforting, a gentle reminder of the natural world moving alongside human hands. Conversations drift gently like leaves on the breeze. Workers speak of family, of the changing seasons, of simple joys and quiet worries. There is laughter, but it is soft, restrained, woven into the steady march of their steps. At the quarry, the sun is warmer now, filtering through a hazy blue sky. Massive blocks of limestone rest patiently, waiting to be shaped into the pyramid's foundation. The stones are pale and smooth, their surfaces glowing faintly in the sunlight. Here, the workers begin their careful craft. Copper tools chip away at the rock with soft, rhythmic taps, each strike deliberate, measured, a quiet song of creation. Dust floats lazily in the air, catching the light like tiny stars. The work is physically demanding, but it moves with a steady grace. The men and women labor side by side, their bodies bending and stretching in time with the stones. Their faces show quiet focus, eyes half-lidded against the sun, their movements blending into the slow dance of the desert day. As the sun climbs toward its peak, the workers pause beneath wide palms, resting in the cool shade. Water from the Nile is passed gently between hands, its coolness a balm against the heat. Simple food is shared, fresh bread, dried figs, and cool cucumbers that offer sweet relief. Here, voices lower to soft tones, stories and memories flowing like the river's current. Elders speak of the gods' favor and the sacred nature of the pyramids. Young workers listen with quiet awe, imagining the endless journey their labor will serve. The shade shelters them, a protective cocoon where time slows and worries drift away like distant clouds. Even the desert seems to hold its breath, waiting patiently for the day's work to resume. With the sun beginning its slow descent, the workers return to their tasks. Stones are carefully lifted and set onto wooden sleds, moved inch by inch along paths softened by water and steady hands. The air hums softly with the sound of steady breathing, whispered encouragements, and the occasional soft thud of stone meeting stone. No rush disturbs this ancient rhythm. Every movement is deliberate, part of a vast unfolding design that connects earth and sky, man and spirit. The pyramid grows slowly, block by block, layer by layer, each stone a silent testament to patience and faith. As the sun dips low, painting the sky in gentle hues of pink and lavender, the workers return to their village. The air cools, and the scents of evening, wildflowers, fresh bread, and river water fill the spaces between soft conversations. Families gather once more, sharing meals and stories beneath the starlit sky. Fires flicker gently, casting dancing shadows that play on the walls of mud brick homes. The river's steady song hums in the background, a lullaby to end the day. Here, beneath the vast heavens, the builders of the pyramids rest, ready to rise again with the dawn, to continue their quiet, steady work toward eternity. As the workers return from the fields and quarries, their footsteps slow and light. Families gather in the small courtyards between mud brick homes, where low fires crackle softly. The warmth of the flames mingles with the cool evening air, casting flickering shadows that dance quietly on nearby walls. Simple meals are shared, flatbread freshly baked, bowls of lentils simmered with herbs, sweet figs and juicy dates harvested from nearby orchards. The taste is humble yet nourishing, a reminder of the earth's generosity. Conversations are calm, voices low and tender. Elders tell gentle stories, weaving tales of the gods, the stars, and the ancient wisdom passed from one generation to the next. Children listen with wide, sleepy eyes, their heads resting lightly against their parents' knees. After eating, many workers walk slowly to the nearby riverbank. The Nile, flowing steadily and silently, offers a cool embrace. With soft splashes, they cleanse their hands and faces, washing away the dust and sweat of the day. This ritual is more than cleanliness. It is a sacred act of renewal. The water, shimmering in the moonlight, seems to carry away fatigue and worry, replacing them with calm and clarity. Some pause to offer silent prayers or lay small offerings on the river's edge, flowers, woven reeds, or fragrant oils. These quiet gestures honor the river's life-giving spirit, thanking it for its endless gift of sustenance and peace. Returning home, the workers often sit silently beneath the open sky. The vast desert stretches beyond, its sands cool and soft beneath their feet. Above, a canopy of stars twinkles gently. Millions of tiny lights that have watched over this land for thousands of years. In this quiet space, they meditate, letting their thoughts drift like gentle clouds across the night sky. Some trace constellations with their fingers, or whisper soft prayers to the gods of protection and strength. The night is a sanctuary, a time when worries fade and the spirit feels light, cradled by the endless rhythms of nature. Finally, the workers retreat to their homes, lying down on simple reed mats or woven beds. Their blankets are light, the fabric cool and comforting against sun-warmed skin. As sleep draws near, their breathing slows and deepens. The sounds of the village soften to a gentle hush, the quiet rustle of palm leaves, the distant call of a night bird, the steady murmur of the Nile. In this deep calm, the body and mind restore themselves. The builders of the pyramids dream softly, their hearts steady and full of hope. The workers begin by running their hands over the rough surfaces, feeling the cool, dusty texture beneath their fingers. Each block holds the memory of the earth, pressed and formed by ancient rivers and winds. They study the stones carefully, noting natural cracks and grains, understanding how best to coax the shape hidden inside. This is a conversation, silent but deep, a moment of respect between human hand and ancient stone. With slow, deliberate movements, they lift their copper chisels, softly gleaming in the sunlight. Though simple, these tools are mighty in skilled hands. Each tap of the chisel sends a quiet rhythm through the air, a steady heartbeat marking time. Wooden mallets follow, worn smooth by years of use. The sounds they make are never harsh, more like the gentle patter of rain on leaves, steady and calming. Sometimes, ropes made from flax fibers are used to guide the breaking of stone, worn but strong. Another testament to human patience and ingenuity. Each strike chips away a tiny piece of rock, unveiling a surface smoother and truer. The workers move rhythmically, their motions flowing like a slow, silent dance. Dust rises in soft clouds, catching the light like golden mist. Their breath is steady and calm, mingling with the quiet sounds of the desert, whispering wind, distant bird calls, the soft murmur of the Nile. The process is slow and unhurried. No haste disturbs this delicate balance. Instead, there is peace in the repetition, a meditation in each careful tap. As the stones take shape, they are polished with smooth abrasives, sand and finer rocks, until their surfaces gleam faintly in the sun. This gentle polishing removes rough edges and prepares the blocks for their place in the pyramid's grand design. Workers work in pairs or small groups, sharing tools and soft words of encouragement. Their hands move with quiet confidence, aware that each block is part of a greater whole, a legacy that will reach far beyond their own time. Though the stones themselves hold no carved names here, the workers' stories live on in the very act of their shaping. Each block is imbued with hours of care, the soft echoes of laughter shared during breaks, the silent prayers whispered under the sun. This work is a gentle conversation across time, a bridge between the builders and all who will come to marvel at their creation centuries later. The blocks rest quietly, their smooth surfaces warmed by the sun. The workers wrap thick ropes around each stone, braided tight and steady, crafted from flax fibers harvested from the riverbanks. They fashion wooden sleds, sturdy platforms with low runners that will glide slowly over the soft earth. These sleds creak gently under the stone's weight, but they hold firm, ready to carry the builder's dreams forward. With slow, steady breaths, the workers take their places. Some grip the ropes, others steady the sleds. Their movements blend like a gentle wave, pushing and pulling in quiet harmony. They wet the sand ahead of the sleds, softening the ground to ease the journey. The water sparkles under the sun, a silvery path guiding each heavy block forward. As they move, voices are soft and encouraging, a murmur of companionship that blends with the natural sounds of the land. The sled slides slowly but surely, each inch a small victory born of patience and care. The journey is long but calm. The river bends gently nearby, its waters reflecting clouds drifting lazily overhead. Palms sway softly in the breeze, their fronds whispering secrets of the desert. Dust rises in soft plumes behind the workers' feet, settling slowly like a quiet veil over the earth. Animals watch silently, a camel's steady steps, the curious gaze of a heron perched by the water's edge. The world moves gently around the caravan, a slow dance of life and labor. Every so often, the workers pause beneath a wide palm or beside the cool river. Water is passed quietly between hands, refreshing and clear. Soft laughter ripples through the group, stories shared in low tones. These pauses are small sanctuaries of calm, where tired muscles unwind and spirits are renewed. The workers' bonds grow stronger with each step, woven like the flax ropes that bind stone to sled, steady and enduring. As the day moves toward evening, the pyramid site comes into view, a growing silhouette of sacred stone against the fading light. The workers slow their pace, their faces soft with tired satisfaction. They know this is more than mere labor. It is an act of devotion, a slow and steady creation of something eternal. Together, they prepare the stones for their final place. There is no rush here, only the steady rhythm of hands and hearts working in quiet concert. The workers prepare wooden ramps, long and gently sloping, carved and reinforced with sun-baked mud and stone. These ramps are soft arches that cradle the stones like gentle hands, guiding them slowly up toward the heavens. The workers gather around each block, their hands steady on thick ropes woven from flax. The ropes feel rough but familiar beneath their fingers, woven tightly like the bonds of their community. Wooden levers, strong, worn smooth, are carefully placed under stones, offering gentle mechanical advantage. These levers are the workers' whispers to the stone, coaxing it upward with patience rather than force. Round wooden rollers, made from freshly cut palm trunks, rest beneath sleds, rolling softly over the packed earth. The sound is a muted creak, like a lullaby sung by the desert itself. Together, the workers push and pull in quiet harmony. Their breath is slow, steady. Feet dig softly into the sand, muscles move with deliberate care. There is a rhythm here, like a slow heartbeat. Push, pull, shift. The stones inch upward, layer by layer, the pyramid growing gently toward the sky. At each new height, the workers pause. Hands come together in silent thanks to the sun god Ra, the earth goddess Geb, and the divine Pharaoh whose vision shapes this great monument. These moments are soft and reverent. The desert wind carries whispered blessings, mingling with the faint rustle of palm fronds. As the sun sinks low, the pyramid's silhouette softens into the cooling air. Workers rest their weary limbs, watching as the shadows stretch long and slow. Their hearts are light with the knowledge that this slow, patient work will endure beyond lifetimes, a tender gift to those who will come long after. At dawn, the village awakes slowly. Light spills gently over mud brick homes, casting warm amber hues. Women rise first, tending small hearth fires where the scent of baking bread mingles softly with the fresh morning air. Water jars are filled from nearby wells, their cool touch a small blessing before the heat of the day. Children stretch and yawn, eyes blinking sleep away, before gathering near their mothers to help with simple tasks, sorting flax fibers for rope making, weaving palm fronds into baskets, or gently caring for small goats and chickens. The village is alive with quiet sounds, soft footsteps on packed earth, the murmur of voices exchanging greetings, the clink of clay pots. Nearby, a group of men carve wood, shaping it into tools and sled runners. Their work is steady and calm, fingers tracing smooth lines as the scent of fresh-cut timber drifts lazily. A young boy laughs softly as he chases a small dog, the two moving like shadows in the soft light. Their joy is unhurried, a gentle dance of innocence. Midday brings a pause, a time for gentle rest and nourishment. Families gather beneath the shade of palm trees, sharing bowls of thick barley porridge, slices of ripe melon, and cool water flavored with fresh mint. There is no rush here, only the soft presence of community. Hands passing plates, voices lowering into quiet conversation, eyes meeting with warmth. As the sun dips low, the village gathers again around small fires. Elders begin to tell stories, not of grand battles or kings, but of everyday magic. How the Nile's floods bring life, how the stars guide travelers, how kindness shapes the world. Soft songs rise in the air, carried on warm breezes. The music is gentle, a lullaby for both young and old, weaving comfort into the night. In the stillness before sleep, some sit quietly outside their homes, gazing up at the deep, endless sky. The cool desert night wraps them like a soft shawl. Thoughts drift gently like clouds, memories of loved ones, hopes for the future. The simple gratitude for another day lived in harmony with the land. As the sun sets and the desert cools, the workers return to simple homes built from sun-baked mud bricks. The air carries the faint scent of jasmine and lotus blossoms, calming and sweet. Blankets woven from soft flax are spread carefully on the ground. The workers lie down, muscles easing, bodies sinking into the softness after hours of lifting and shaping stone. Their breathing slows, deep and steady, a natural rhythm that sings a quiet lullaby. Here, women skilled in the arts of healing move quietly among the resting workers. They prepare poultices and salves from herbs gathered along the Nile's banks, fragrant myrrh, soothing aloe, and calming lotus petals. Soft hands massage tired limbs, easing aches with slow, deliberate strokes. The scent of healing oils fills the air, a gentle balm for bodies worn by honest toil. A quiet wisdom passes between healer and patient, a silent understanding rooted in the earth and the sacred. Simple meals made from barley, lentils, and fresh vegetables are shared in small, warm gatherings. Dates and figs provide sweet comfort, nourishing the body gently. Water from clay jars is sipped slowly, cooling the heat of the day and refreshing the spirit. These moments of nourishment are quiet celebrations of life's gentle persistence. As darkness deepens, many workers gather outside, gazing upward at the vast, shimmering sky. The stars, silent and constant, offer a soft, eternal light. Their slow, steady glow is a reminder of the vastness beyond and the enduring nature of all things. Stories of gods and ancestors drift quietly through the night air, whispered like a soft wind over the desert sands. Before sleep, the village grows hushed. The soft crackle of fires dims, and the cool night air wraps the homes in tender stillness. One by one, the workers close their eyes, surrendering to the gentle pull of dreams. Their bodies rest, their spirits renew, ready to greet the morning with the same calm strength that has shaped wonders. In the soft glow of a small fire, faces relax. Eyes reflect the flickering light. Gentle smiles play upon tired lips. They share tales, simple stories passed from father to son, of the river's moods, the stars' secrets, and the gods' gentle guidance. Voices are low and calm, a peaceful murmur woven with laughter as the night stretches around them. One worker speaks of a beloved falcon soaring high, a symbol of the god Horus watching over their work. Another tells of the sacred ibis, with feathers soft as the desert dawn. These stories are like threads of silk, weaving connection, reminding each man of the world beyond stone and sweat, a world rich with meaning and wonder. Sometimes, no words are needed. The group sits in companionable silence, the crackling fire the only sound. The stars wheel overhead, constant and calm. Each worker feels held in a circle, not just of friends, but of time itself, a moment suspended in gentle eternity. Occasionally, a reed flute or gentle drum joins the fire's whisper. The melodies rise softly, weaving through the air like a lullaby. The music carries stories without words, a gentle bridge between the day's hard labor and the night's quiet rest. As the fire's glow dims and the circle slowly breaks, hands clasp in quiet farewell. There is no rush, only the calm certainty that tomorrow will bring new strength, new purpose, and the steady rhythm of shared work and shared dreams. The Nile flows like a patient heartbeat, rising and falling in a calm, dependable rhythm. Its waters bring life, soft mud for fields, fresh fish for tables, and cool relief from the desert's warm embrace. At dawn, fishermen cast their nets in quiet hope, their boats gliding softly like dreams upon the smooth surface. Villagers gather by the water to wash clothes and fill their jars, their laughter mingling with the gentle splash of oars and the calls of birds. Papyrus reeds sway with the breeze, creating a soft rustling soundtrack, a tender hymn of growth and renewal. The workers honor the river as a sacred force. Its floods, though gentle, promise abundance, and its steady flow is a reminder of life's unending cycles. Offerings are sometimes made at small shrines near the water. Fresh flowers, bowls of grain, quiet thanks for the river's gifts. From the river's edge, the pyramid site can be glimpsed in the distance, a stone dream rising slowly toward the sky. The Nile flows on, unhurried and timeless, a soft mirror to the workers' steady, patient efforts. As the sun sets, the sky blooms with colors, lavender, rose, and soft gold, reflected gently in the river's calm surface. Workers and villagers alike gather near the water's edge, savoring the cool air, sharing quiet words, and watching the first stars appear. The pyramid's outer casing was made of fine white limestone, quarried from nearby Tura, its surface bright and almost glowing beneath the hot Egyptian sun. These stones were softer and easier to shape than the hardcore blocks inside, allowing for a gentle refinement that made the pyramid shine like a beacon. Workers used simple tools, abrasive stones, sand, and water to smooth the limestone surfaces. They worked slowly, carefully, their hands moving in soft, circular motions, like a tender massage. The stone surface gradually transformed from rough and dull to smooth and radiant, catching the light with a gentle sparkle. As the sun moved across the sky, the pyramid's shining surface reflected its warm rays, creating a subtle dance of light and shadow. This quiet interplay gave the pyramid a living quality, as if it breathed softly with the rhythms of the day. In early morning, the pyramid seemed to glow with a delicate pink light, a gentle promise of a new day. At dusk, it took on soft golden hues, fading slowly into the cool blues of night. Each moment was a quiet celebration of the pyramid's eternal beauty. Though centuries have passed and many stones worn by wind and sand, the memory of that soft glow lingers. An ancient lullaby carved in stone. One of the most important tools was the copper chisel, hammered gently against stone to shape and smooth rough edges. Copper, though soft compared to modern metals, was carefully maintained, sharpened and polished, ready to bite just enough without cracking the stone. Wooden mallets were used to tap the chisels, their sound a rhythmic tapping like a gentle heartbeat. Heavier stone hammers helped break apart rough blocks when needed, their weight wielded with practiced ease. Each strike was deliberate and measured, never rushed. For smoothing, workers used coarse sand, often from the Nile banks, and rubbing stones made of harder materials. These helped wear away rough surfaces, turning jagged edges into soft curves and flat planes. The process was slow and meditative, a quiet labor of love. To ensure precision, workers used lengths of rope marked in equal segments and plumb bobs to check vertical alignment. These simple tools helped keep the pyramid's shape perfect, their gentle tautness a silent guide. Imagine the soft chorus at the site, the tapping of mallets, the scraping of stones, the quiet murmur of workers collaborating. This subtle soundscape was like a gentle song, sung in the key of patience and care. Though their labor was steady and demanding, the workers knew the gentle grace of rest and rejoicing. On special days, simple festivals were held, moments of lightness, laughter, and shared stories. These days honored gods, the Nile's bounty, or important milestones in the pyramid's slow rise. Soft drums and reed flutes filled the air, their melodies winding like a gentle river through the crowd. Men and women moved in slow, flowing dances, their steps echoing the rhythms of the earth and sky. The music was a soothing thread, binding the community in peaceful harmony. Communal meals appeared, with bowls of lentils, barley bread, figs, and honey, a simple but meaningful sharing of nourishment. Families and friends gathered, their voices low and warm, blending with the crackle of fires and the whisper of the desert wind. In quiet corners, offerings were made, small bowls of grain, fresh flowers, and fragrant oils, to honor the gods and seek blessings for the workers' safety and the pyramid's completion. These rituals, gentle and sincere, were a reminder of the sacred woven through daily life. Even in the hardest of days, these moments of joy were soft lights, small shining beacons in the desert's vast quiet. They nurtured hope, strengthened bonds, and filled hearts with gentle warmth. Each day began with a gentle rhythm, simple preparations, a shared meal, a soft greeting. Work followed with quiet focus, the steady pulse of hammer and chisel blending into the desert's timeless song. Their bodies moved with practiced ease, muscles weaving strength through patience rather than force. Though their labor was humble, the workers carried a deep pride, a soft, glowing ember within their hearts. They understood that their hands were shaping not just stone, but eternity itself. Each block placed was a quiet testament to human spirit, a gentle legacy whispered through generations. Beneath sun and stars, each man held his own quiet thoughts, a prayer, a dream, a memory. Some found peace in the rhythm of work, others in the stories shared beneath the moon's calm light. In every heart, a soft hope that their efforts would honor the gods and bring lasting harmony. At day's end, weary bodies found solace in gentle rest, muscles relaxing, minds quieting like a soft breeze through palm leaves. The village, alive with warm light and quiet song, welcomed each worker home with tender care. Though centuries have passed, the spirit of these builders remains, an unseen current flowing beneath the stones, a silent strength that whispers of human patience and grace. Under the moon's soft glow, the pyramids stand as silent sentinels, their smooth faces bathed in silver light. They hold the memories of thousands of hands and hearts, each stone a quiet story, a gentle promise of eternity. The builders themselves lie in simple tombs nearby, their spirits drifting softly on the cool night breeze. In dreams, they walk once more among the stones they raised, their labors complete, their hearts at peace. Listen closely. The desert breathes slowly, the soft rustle of sand whispering lullabies. Palms sway gently, and distant owls sing low, a quiet chorus cradling the night. This ancient place sings a lullaby without words, a slow, steady hum that soothes and calms. It is a song of patience, of hope, of quiet strength stretching through time like the desert sky itself. Now, dear listener, close your eyes gently. Let your breath fall slow and deep. Feel the cool night air on your skin, the soft pulse of history beneath you. Let the stone's timeless peace carry you into restful sleep. If this quiet journey brought you calm and peace, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. Your gentle support helps us share more soothing stories and timeless tales like this one. And until we meet again, good night, sweet soul. Sleep well beneath the stars.